Like and subscribe for more content.
The path to U.S. citizenship, the ultimate goal for many immigrants, is paved with specific eligibility requirements, each meticulously defined and rigorously enforced. Understanding these criteria is paramount, as even a minor oversight can derail the entire process. While the overall process might seem daunting, breaking it down into its constituent parts makes it more manageable. This section aims to illuminate the intricate web of eligibility requirements, providing clarity and insight into the journey towards full legal status. First, we need to distinguish between different pathways to citizenship. The most common route is naturalization, which is open to lawful permanent residents, green card holders. To be eligible for naturalization, an individual must meet several crucial criteria. Residency is a cornerstone requirement, demanding continuous physical presence in the United States as a lawful permanent resident for a specific period, typically 3 or 5 years, depending on the circumstances of their marriage to a U.S. citizen. Simply having a green card isn't enough. The applicant must demonstrate continuous residence, meaning they haven't left the country for extended periods exceeding the permitted time frame. The continuous residence requirement is often subject to interpretation. Short trips abroad for vacations or family visits generally don't pose a problem, but prolonged absences can be detrimental. The USCIS carefully scrutinizes travel records, looking for patterns that could suggest abandonment of residency. Moreover, even temporary absences exceeding the permissible limits might not disqualify someone if there's compelling evidence justifying the extended stay outside the U.S., such as documented medical treatment or a family emergency. This highlights the critical role of legal counsel. An attorney can help navigate these complexities and present a persuasive case even in the face of potential inconsistencies. Beyond residency, applicants must demonstrate good moral character. This encompasses a wide range of behaviors and actions, encompassing adherence to U.S. laws and regulations. Criminal convictions, particularly felonies, can significantly impact eligibility. Even minor offenses can become significant hurdles if they reflect poorly on an applicant's moral character. The severity of the crime, the time elapsed since the conviction, and the applicant's subsequent conduct are all carefully considered. An experienced immigration attorney can assess the potential implications of a criminal record, advising on the best approach to address this aspect of the application. Sometimes, a pardon or a certificate of rehabilitation can mitigate the negative impact of a past conviction. English proficiency is another essential requirement for naturalization. Applicants must demonstrate the ability to read, write, and speak English at a basic level, passing a standardized test administered by USCIS. This test assesses the applicant's ability to understand and communicate effectively in everyday situations. While there are exemptions for applicants who are over 50 years old and have held a green card for at least 20 years, proficiency in English remains a crucial component for most applicants. Immigrants should begin preparing for this test well in advance, utilizing language learning resources and potentially engaging a tutor for personalized guidance. Furthermore, applicants must demonstrate a basic understanding of U.S. civics and government. This involves passing a civics test that covers fundamental aspects of American history and government. The test questions are drawn from a study guide provided by USCIS, and many resources exist to assist in preparing for this exam, ranging from online quizzes to study groups. The civics test is designed to evaluate an applicant's knowledge of U.S. democratic principles, the structure of government, and important historical events. Beyond naturalization, other avenues to citizenship exist. For instance, children born to U.S. citizens or lawful permanent residents may be eligible for citizenship by birthright, or if the parents have fulfilled certain criteria at the time of the child's birth. This is often referred to as jus soli, or birthright citizenship. Similarly, children born outside the U.S. to U.S. citizens may also be eligible for U.S. citizenship through acquisition at birth or later in life, provided specific conditions are met concerning the parent's residency and other factors. Another pathway is through adoption by U.S. citizens. If a child is adopted by a U.S. citizen and meets specific requirements regarding the adoption process and the child's age, he or she may be granted citizenship. The specific requirements are detailed in U.S. immigration law, and careful adherence to these legal guidelines is essential for a successful outcome. The eligibility requirements for citizenship can be complex and nuanced, involving intricate legal interpretations and a rigorous application process. It's crucial to remember that meeting the minimum requirements isn't always sufficient for approval. The USCIS evaluates each application holistically, considering all aspects of the applicant's background and circumstances. Any inconsistencies or ambiguities in the application can trigger requests for additional evidence, potentially delaying the process considerably. The importance of careful documentation cannot be overstated. Applicants should meticulously maintain records of all relevant documents, including travel records, employment history, tax returns, and any legal documents related to their immigration status. Furthermore, accurately and completely completing the application forms is essential. Omissions or errors, even seemingly insignificant ones, can lead to delays or denial of the application. Navigating this complex process requires thorough preparation, attention to detail, and ideally, the assistance of an experienced immigration attorney. An attorney can guide you through each step, ensuring that your application is complete and accurate and representing your interests before the USCIS. They can also help address any challenges or unforeseen circumstances that may arise during the application process. Their expertise can be invaluable in overcoming potential obstacles and maximizing the chances of a successful outcome. This investment in professional legal assistance is often far outweighed by the potential consequences of navigating the immigration system without expert guidance. The quest for citizenship is a significant undertaking, demanding careful planning, thorough preparation, and an understanding of the intricate legal framework governing the process. The investment in preparation and legal expertise significantly increases the likelihood of achieving this life-altering goal. The naturalization application process, while seemingly straightforward on paper, unfolds as a complex tapestry woven with meticulous detail and rigorous scrutiny. Understanding the nuances of each step is crucial for a successful outcome. This section serves as your guide, navigating you through the labyrinthine process, providing checklists, examples, and practical advice to alleviate the inherent anxieties. The journey begins with Form N-400, Application for Naturalization. This isn't just a form, it's a comprehensive legal document that demands accuracy and completeness. Each section requires careful attention, demanding detailed responses and meticulous record-keeping. Failure to provide thorough information can lead to delays, requests for additional evidence, or even outright rejection. Consider the Background and History section. This requires a detailed account of your life, from your birth date and place of birth to your immigration history, past addresses, and employment history. This is not simply a summary. It requires providing verifiable information with supporting documentation. Imagine having lived in multiple countries before arriving in the United States. You will need to provide proof of residence in each location, whether it's lease agreements, utility bills, or employment records. A missing piece of information, however seemingly minor, could cause delays and trigger suspicion. An experienced immigration attorney can help you compile this information efficiently and ensure accuracy. Next, the application delves into your marital history, requiring information about all past marriages, including dates, locations, and the circumstances of the dissolution. Divorces require certified copies of the decrees. If you've been widowed, you'll need documentation proving your spouse's death. Providing this information accurately and comprehensively is essential. Errors, omissions, or inconsistencies could lead to an investigation, potentially delaying your application significantly. If your marriage history involves complexities like annulments or separations, clear and accurate documentation is vital. The Good Moral Character section demands a careful examination of your past conduct. This isn't about a subjective assessment, it's about proving your adherence to U.S. laws and regulations. Any past criminal convictions, even minor infractions, must be disclosed. The severity of the offense, the time elapsed since the conviction, and any subsequent rehabilitative efforts are all critical elements. A minor traffic violation, for instance, might not pose a significant problem. However, a DUI or any felony conviction necessitates a thorough evaluation and may require additional documentation, such as court records, letters of recommendation, or evidence of rehabilitation efforts, like community service or participation in substance abuse programs. Similarly, the application probes your financial history, requiring details of any bankruptcies or tax liabilities. The USCIS wants to ensure that you have maintained financial responsibility in the United States. It is imperative to provide accurate details. Inconsistencies can trigger further scrutiny. If you faced financial hardships or encountered tax complications, the process demands transparency and clear documentation of the circumstances. Having an attorney assist with accurately documenting these potentially sensitive areas offers a strategic advantage. Then there's the English proficiency section. If you are not eligible for an exemption, you must demonstrate your ability to read, write, and speak English at a basic level. Preparing for the USCIS English language test is essential. This is not merely a test of vocabulary, it assesses your ability to understand and communicate effectively in everyday life situations. Practicing with sample questions, attending English language classes, or using online resources are all valuable steps to prepare. Beyond English, demonstrating knowledge of U.S. civics and history is paramount. This involves passing a civics test that covers fundamental aspects of American history, government, and principles of democracy. Studying the USCIS Civics Study Guide is essential, supplementing your studies with online quizzes, study groups, and other learning materials. Understanding the intricacies of the U.S. government, key historical events, and fundamental rights is essential for a successful application. Once the application form is completed, the next step involves gathering supporting documentation. This is where meticulous record-keeping pays off. You'll need to provide proof of identity and lawful permanent resident status, such as your green card, passport, and birth certificate. This section also requires documentation to verify your residence, employment, and marital history. Tax returns, pay stubs, lease agreements, and other documentation are needed to support the information provided in the application. The accuracy and completeness of these documents are critically important. Following the submission of the application and supporting documents, the USCIS will process your application. This involves an extensive background check, which may take several months or even years. During this period, you'll be required to attend an interview with a USCIS officer. This is an important stage in the process. During the interview, you'll be asked questions about your application, your background, and your understanding of U.S. civics and history. Honesty and clarity are paramount. This isn't an interrogation, but a formal assessment of your eligibility. Inconsistencies between your application and your testimony could lead to delays or rejection. The interview also offers an opportunity to clarify any ambiguities or address any potential concerns. An experienced immigration attorney can help you prepare for the interview, providing valuable guidance on how to answer questions effectively and present yourself confidently. They can also represent you during the interview, advocating for your rights and ensuring a fair evaluation. Once the USCIS has completed its review and interview, they'll issue a decision. If your application is approved, you'll be scheduled for the naturalization ceremony, where you'll take the oath of allegiance, officially becoming a U.S. citizen. This is a momentous occasion, signifying the culmination of a long and often challenging journey. If your application is denied, you'll receive a notice explaining the reasons for the denial, and you will have the right to appeal the decision. An appeal requires a comprehensive understanding of immigration law and careful adherence to the legal procedures. It is advisable to seek the counsel of an experienced immigration attorney at this critical juncture. The naturalization process, while demanding, is a rewarding journey. By understanding the intricacies of the process, preparing meticulously, and seeking professional assistance when needed, you can significantly increase your chances of success. Remember, this isn't simply filling out a form, it's a statement of intent, a commitment to becoming a citizen of the United States, a journey requiring dedication, patience, and attention to detail. The reward, U.S. citizenship, is the ultimate testament to your persistence and dedication. The culmination of your years-long journey toward American citizenship arrives with the citizenship interview and test. This is not merely a formality, it's a critical juncture, demanding thorough preparation and a calm, confident demeanor. Think of it as a final exam, the result of which determines your future. While the process might seem daunting, careful planning and practice can significantly enhance your chances of success. Let's start with the interview itself. Picture this. You're sitting across from a USCIS officer, a representative of the United States government, whose job it is to assess your eligibility for citizenship. The atmosphere is likely to be formal, but not necessarily intimidating. The officer's goal is to verify the information you've provided in your application and assess your understanding of American civics and your commitment to the country. The questions will be varied, covering aspects of your life, your history, and your knowledge of the United States. Don't expect trick questions. The aim is to assess your honesty and your understanding. Expect questions about your application, your background, your family, your employment history, your travel history, and your understanding of U.S. civics. They might ask you to explain discrepancies in your application, even seemingly minor ones. Prepare for questions that go beyond the surface, probing for details that demonstrate your understanding of the application process and your commitment to becoming a citizen. For example, they might ask about specific details from your employment history. If you mentioned working at a particular company, be prepared to provide specifics, including the dates of employment, your job title, your responsibilities, and the reasons for leaving the job. The more detailed and accurate your response is, the more confidence the officer will have in your application. Similar questioning will apply to other areas of your application, such as your marital history, your residency history, and your financial history. If you've experienced any challenges in these areas, be prepared to explain them calmly and honestly. Remember, accuracy is paramount. Inconsistencies between what you've written in your application and what you say during the interview could raise red flags. This doesn't necessarily mean instant rejection, but it could trigger further scrutiny, potentially delaying the process significantly. Therefore, thorough preparation is key. Review your application thoroughly, refreshing your memory of the details provided. Go through your supporting documents again. They are your allies in this process. If there are any areas you are unsure about, seek clarification from an immigration attorney. They can guide you through potential pitfalls. Beyond your personal history, a substantial portion of the interview will focus on your knowledge of U.S. civics. The civics test is a crucial part of the naturalization process. It's not just about memorizing facts, it's about demonstrating a fundamental understanding of American history, government, and principles of democracy. While the questions are drawn from a predetermined list, the way you answer them matters as much, if not more, than just knowing the right answers. Your answers should reflect an understanding of the concepts, not just rote memorization. The questions are typically straightforward, covering fundamental aspects of American history, government, and civic principles. For example, you might be asked about the 3 branches of government, the Bill of Rights, or significant historical events. Prepare for questions about the Declaration of Independence, the U.S. Constitution, and the principles of American democracy. The USCIS website provides a study guide with 100 civics questions, and you should familiarize yourself with them all. However, remember that simply memorizing the answers isn't enough. Understanding the context and the significance of each answer is crucial. Let's look at a few sample questions and answers, demonstrating how to provide thoughtful and complete responses. Sample question 1. What are the 3 branches of government? Weak answer: legislative, executive, judicial. Strong answer: the 3 branches of government are the legislative, executive, and judicial. The legislative branch, Congress, is responsible for making laws. The executive branch, headed by the president, enforces laws. The judicial branch, comprising the courts, interprets laws and ensures they are applied fairly. Sample question 2. Name one right or freedom from the First Amendment. Weak answer: freedom of speech. Strong answer: The First Amendment guarantees several fundamental rights, including freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom of religion, freedom of assembly, and freedom to petition the government. These freedoms are essential for a democratic society, ensuring that citizens can express themselves without fear of government censorship or reprisal. Sample question 3. What is the name of the president who freed the slaves? Weak answer: Abraham Lincoln. Strong answer: Abraham Lincoln was the president who issued the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863, which freed slaves in Confederate-held territory. This was a pivotal moment in American history, marking a major step towards the abolition of slavery and ultimately leading to the 13th Amendment to the Constitution, which formally abolished slavery throughout the United States. These examples illustrate how a strong answer demonstrates not only knowledge, but also understanding. It shows the interviewer that you have not merely memorized facts, but also grasped the significance of those facts within the broader context of American history and government. To prepare effectively, use the official USCIS study guide as your primary resource. Supplement your studies with online quizzes, practice tests, and study groups. Discuss the questions with friends, family, or other applicants. Explaining concepts to others will enhance your own understanding. Many online resources, including websites and mobile apps, offer practice quizzes and tests that can help you gauge your progress and identify areas needing improvement. Remember, the interview is not an interrogation. It's an opportunity to demonstrate your knowledge, your readiness for citizenship, and your understanding of American values. Remain calm, answer the questions honestly and completely, and maintain a respectful and cooperative attitude. If you don't understand a question, don't hesitate to politely ask for clarification. Your sincerity and your genuine desire to become a U.S. citizen will resonate with the officer. The civics test and the interview are the final steps in a long and arduous journey. By preparing thoroughly and approaching the process with confidence, you significantly increase your chances of a successful outcome. Remember, this is the culmination of your efforts, the moment you've been working towards. Celebrate your hard work, be proud of your accomplishments, and approach the interview and test with a sense of accomplishment and purpose. Your future as a U.S. citizen awaits. The air crackles with a palpable energy as you stand, hand raised, poised to take the oath of allegiance. Years of anticipation, meticulous paperwork, nerve-wracking interviews, and rigorous study culminate in this singular moment. It's more than just a recitation. It's a profound declaration, a solemn promise, and the symbolic key unlocking the door to full participation in American society. The weight of the words, the gravity of the commitment, settles upon you. You're not just reciting words, you're embracing a new identity, a new responsibility, a new chapter in your life. The oath itself is a testament to the principles upon which the United States was founded: liberty, justice, and equality for all. It's a pledge to uphold the Constitution and the laws of the land, to bear true faith and allegiance to the nation, to bear arms when required, to perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States when required, and to perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required. These are not empty words. They represent a binding commitment, a social contract between you and the nation you're joining. Understanding the nuances of the oath is critical. The phrase, "bear true faith and allegiance," is not merely a formal declaration. It reflects a profound commitment to the values and principles of the United States. It implies a willingness to defend the nation against its enemies, to uphold its laws, and to participate fully in its civic life. The obligation to bear arms, while a crucial part of the oath, is subject to individual circumstances and exemptions. The government does not require individuals to bear arms if they have valid reasons for conscientious objection, such as religious beliefs or personal convictions. Similarly, the requirement for non-combatant service or work of national importance is contingent upon national needs and the individual's capabilities. Becoming a U.S. citizen is not merely an acquisition of a status, it's a transformation. It's a transition from a status of legal residency to full legal participation in American society. This newfound status bestows upon you numerous rights and privileges previously unavailable, such as the right to vote, the right to hold public office, the right to sponsor family members for immigration, and perhaps most significantly, the right to shape the future of the nation through your participation in the democratic process. However, this enhanced status comes with commensurate responsibilities. As a citizen, you have an obligation to actively participate in civic life, to engage with the political process, and to respect the rights and freedoms of others. This participation might entail voting in elections, serving on juries, paying taxes, obeying the laws, and engaging in constructive dialogue on matters of public policy. It's a call to actively contribute to the well-being of your community and the nation as a whole. It's a chance to help shape the course of American society, contributing your unique perspective and talents to the collective endeavor. Beyond the immediate implications of the oath, the process of becoming a citizen extends to other aspects of your life. Perhaps most tangibly, it opens the door to obtaining a U.S. passport, a document that allows you to travel internationally with the full backing of the U.S. government. This freedom of movement represents a significant change compared to your previous status as a legal permanent resident. The process of obtaining a passport after naturalization is relatively straightforward. You'll need to apply through the U.S. Department of State, providing necessary documents, including your certificate of naturalization. The passport is more than a travel document. It's a symbol of your newly acquired citizenship. It's a tangible reminder of the journey you've undertaken, the obstacles you've overcome, and the culmination of years of hard work and perseverance. Holding your passport in your hands represents a powerful sense of belonging, a feeling of integration into American society, and a validation of your identity as a full-fledged citizen. This transition has significant implications for your family as well. Your children, if they are under 18, may automatically gain citizenship if they reside with you in the United States. Your spouse, if married to you prior to your application process, may also benefit from an easier path to citizenship. Furthermore, your newfound citizenship unlocks opportunities previously out of reach. For instance, the eligibility for many government jobs previously restricted to citizens now becomes attainable. You can potentially serve in the military, become a law enforcement officer, or hold various positions that demand civic participation and require citizenship. These career paths represent a significant leap forward, opening doors to fulfilling professional aspirations. Your citizenship also provides protection under U.S. law. This protection extends to your rights and liberties, providing a safeguard against potential discrimination or abuse. The journey from legal resident to citizen is not just a legal process. It's a personal transformation. It involves embracing the values and principles of American society, contributing to its well-being, and participating actively in its democratic processes. It's about understanding the rights and responsibilities that come with citizenship and making a conscious decision to contribute to the betterment of your new nation. The Oath of Allegiance isn't just the end of a long process. It's the beginning of a new chapter, a chapter filled with opportunities, responsibilities, and the chance to fully participate in the life of this great nation. Embrace it fully, for it's a testament to your perseverance, your commitment, and your unwavering belief in the American dream. The path ahead may have its challenges, but the rewards are immeasurable. The rights and responsibilities you now hold are a privilege that many strive for. Congratulations on achieving this significant milestone. The future awaits with its vast array of possibilities. Go forth and make your mark on this nation you now call your own. Your journey has just begun. The journey to American citizenship, as you've experienced, is a monumental achievement, a testament to your resilience and dedication. Yet the story doesn't end there. For many new citizens, a fascinating and sometimes complex aspect awaits: the possibility of retaining their original citizenship, a concept known as dual citizenship. This isn't a simple either-or situation. It's a nuanced legal landscape with potential advantages and challenges. The United States, unlike some nations, generally permits its citizens to hold citizenship in another country simultaneously. This means that you, having sworn the oath of allegiance, can still retain your original nationality enjoying the rights and privileges afforded by both countries. This isn't necessarily a universal truth, however. The rules surrounding dual citizenship vary significantly from country to country. Some nations strictly forbid it, meaning that obtaining American citizenship automatically renounces your previous nationality. Others, like the United States, allow it with few stipulations. It's crucial to understand the specific laws of your origin country before proceeding. This is not something that can be ascertained through casual research. Accurate and official documentation from your country's embassy or consulate is absolutely necessary. Ambiguity in this area can lead to significant and undesirable complications. Before you delve into the implications of dual citizenship, a word of caution. Navigating this legal terrain requires careful consideration and often professional legal guidance. The regulations can be intricate, and the consequences of missteps can be significant. While this chapter offers valuable insight, it is in no way a substitute for consulting with an immigration attorney experienced in dual citizenship matters. They can provide personalized advice based on your unique circumstances and country of origin. One of the most significant benefits of dual citizenship is the enhanced freedom of movement. Holding two passports opens doors to a wider range of travel possibilities. You might enjoy visa-free or visa-on-arrival access to countries that would otherwise be inaccessible or require complex visa applications. Imagine the convenience of effortlessly traveling between continents, exploring different cultures, and visiting family spread across the globe without the added burden of complex visa processes. This can significantly enhance personal and professional opportunities, allowing for greater flexibility and ease in navigating international affairs. Beyond travel, dual citizenship can provide economic benefits. Access to resources, educational opportunities, and employment markets in both countries can significantly broaden your horizons. You might be eligible for dual social security benefits or access to healthcare systems in both nations. This expanded access to opportunities often translates into a better quality of life and enhanced financial security. Imagine the possibility of pursuing postgraduate studies in one country while simultaneously leveraging your professional networks and opportunities in another. The potential for diversification and resilience in your personal and financial life is undeniable. However, the advantages of dual citizenship don't come without potential downsides. The most significant challenge lies in the potential for double taxation. Depending on the tax treaties between the U.S. and your country of origin, you might be required to file tax returns in both countries, potentially leading to a higher overall tax burden. However, this is often mitigated through careful tax planning and the utilization of relevant tax treaties, which work to avoid double taxation on the same income. Consulting with a tax professional well-versed in international tax laws is crucial to understanding and navigating this aspect of dual citizenship. Another potential complication lies in military service obligations. Some countries require their citizens to perform military service regardless of their residency status. This could present a challenge if you hold citizenship in a country with mandatory military service and reside primarily in the United States. Careful examination of the military requirements of both countries is essential to avoid potential conflicts and complications. The U.S. military does not typically compel service from naturalized citizens if they served in another country's military. However, this should be verified and understood before any assumptions are made. Furthermore, legal complexities can arise regarding inheritance and property rights. The laws governing inheritance and property ownership vary significantly between countries. Understanding how these laws interact in the context of dual citizenship is crucial to ensuring the smooth transfer of assets and avoiding potential disputes. Consulting with legal professionals in both countries is highly recommended to navigate these intricate legal matters and ensure your assets are protected. The implications of dual citizenship also extend to voting rights. You might be eligible to vote in elections in both countries, which can be both a privilege and a responsibility. It necessitates understanding and engaging with the political systems and processes of both countries, requiring considerable commitment and attention. Beyond these practical considerations, the emotional and psychological aspects of dual citizenship should also be considered. Maintaining connections to your origin country and its culture while embracing your new life in the United States can be a rewarding but also complex experience. It requires a delicate balance of cultural identities and loyalties. For many, it fosters a rich tapestry of experiences and perspectives, broadening their understanding of the world. In conclusion, dual citizenship is a significant aspect of the immigration journey that deserves careful consideration. The potential benefits are substantial, offering increased freedom, economic opportunities, and a richer cultural experience. However, navigating the complexities of dual citizenship requires proactive planning and professional guidance. By understanding the potential challenges related to taxation, military service, inheritance, and voting rights, and by seeking appropriate professional advice, you can effectively manage the implications of dual citizenship and fully enjoy the benefits it offers. Remember, this is not a decision to be taken lightly. It requires a thorough understanding of the laws and implications involved in both countries. The journey of citizenship, even after the oath, continues to present unique opportunities and challenges, demanding a proactive and informed approach to ensure a smooth and fulfilling path forward. Your journey towards full participation in American society is just beginning, and navigating the intricacies of dual citizenship is a significant part of that ongoing process.
Like and subscribe to support the channel. Donations welcome.